And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And also, thanks for supporting the local economy by supporting our show partners and our real estate business. Greatly appreciate everybody that calls the hotline, reaches out to the show, and supports the local economy here. Ray Hall joining us, Ray Hall Appraisals on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk with him about the real estate market, what he's seeing out there, and from a valuation standpoint. We'll talk with him. Also, Fred Muth, contractor, expert contributor on the show. Tampa Screens and Aluminum. We'll get some insights from him on what's happening out there in the contractor space. Also, I've got the latest stats for Pinellas County, fresh off the press from the multiple listing service and the board here. We'll talk about the Pinellas County real estate stats. Also, real excited. You got the 1776 Warrior Dividends bonus check going out to our military. Awesome stuff there as well. And Florida Doge, always looking at Florida Doge cutting the property taxes, trying to eliminate that primary residence property tax is a big deal here in the state of Florida. We're looking to get that done. 6 things to know about Trump accounts for children and the Dell family donation, how it works, who's qualified, and what the overall strategy is. You know, actually, there's a good quote here. It says, "I got to see the power of compound interest early in my life, and that has brought me here to this moment. And hopefully will inspire that kind of opportunity for many more young people in this country." That's Michael Dell, CEO Dell Technologies. So we'll talk about that as well. I love that idea of seed money for these investment accounts and being able to help those children reach their economic goals and getting into school or maybe starting a business and other types of investments. Growing their wealth at a young and early age is such a big, important part of the American dream. So real happy to see that rolling out as well. All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, as you know, we're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, and we want to help you if you're buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We would love to talk to you. We always feature our listings on air, and this is a beautiful listing here at 369 West Winds Drive in Palm Harbor, Florida. This is a boaters community. Bring your boat. It's a boater-friendly community. You've got access through to the Gulf of America. All you have to do is bring your boat, back it down in there, and drop it in at the ramp there. So you're located in Baywood Village. This is a boater-friendly community, and the home has been completely renovated and beautifully updated. Well done renovation there as well. You got a large island in the kitchen, wide open floor plan, split floor plan there, beautiful updated bathrooms as well. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor. Great opportunity to buy real estate. Awesome property for a home owner-occupied primary residence or maybe an investment. Great opportunity. You have a beautiful conservation view behind you as well. No rear neighbor. And you're just minutes from Sunset Beach, charming Dunedin shops and restaurants, and breathtaking shores of Caladesi Island State Park. Upscale, pet-friendly golf cart community, complete with a clubhouse. Optional membership as well, so you're not kind of stuck into that membership fee, but it is optional. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, beautiful property right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, the best place to live, work, and play. All right, we do have the Weeki Wachee Marina for sale as well. It's a $3.5 million listing. Compliments of the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. This one's 7154 Shoreline Boulevard in Weeki Wachee. 3/4 of an acre lot. You're buying the business, you're buying the land and the building here. You have direct access to the Weeki Wachee River. It's a multi-use property that spans 3 waterfront parcels. Multiple income streams coming in. You've got John boat, kayak, paddleboard rentals, dock space for commercial vessels. You also have a retail building that's offering fishing and boating supplies, on-site ice machine that generates income, living space above the retail store, perfect for a live-in manager or potentially an Airbnb rental. Long-standing team in place as well for your repair operations, ensuring a seamless transaction, and they are a authorized Suzuki servicer for your motorboat repair business. Great opportunity at 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. Yes, we have the Weeki Wachee Marina listed for sale from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our listings online and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Check out all of our radio TV show experts at consumerqb.com. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel there. You'll see previous views, previous show episodes and videos. And please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe because we're almost to 1 million views. Who knows? We might be out over 1 million at this point. But check us out online, consumerqb.com.
And yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, Ray Hall back on the program. Ray Hall Appraisals. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brent. Thanks for having me back, Brandon. Always have fun.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. My pleasure. Look forward to catching up with you. And, you've got your kind of your finger on the pulse here in the real estate market in Tampa Bay, doing thousands of valuations, appraisals, CMAs, and whatnot per year. What are you seeing out there, sir?
When I look at how my appraisal business is going, it's actually starting to pick up. Getting more requests for whatchamacallit, sorry. We bid on assignments. We, bid fees, things like that, and we're getting a lot more requests for that. And what that's telling me is that the market's getting active. We're getting purchases. We're getting a lot of refinances. And I think that's showing that people are adjusting to, the newer interest rates. They've come down a little bit. And, I think we're going to start to see some improvements again in the market. Not that it ever got that bad. So many people were kind of negative talking about a crash. That never really happened. And now we're starting to see those positive indicators in the market. So I'm really kind of positive towards 2026. I think we're going to see some improvements in the real estate market, as I'm sure you've been seeing in your business.
I think 26 is going to be a banner year. I think we are literally entering the golden age. I think if you just break it down from a common sense perspective, you look at what's going on with the job market. You look at inflation coming down, getting in control. You look at also in the state of Florida, the insurances have been improving. We've seen Progressive give $1 billion back to its policyholders. So insurances are improving, the insurance market, that is, as a whole. You have property taxes, the conversation. At least our governor is having that conversation of eliminating property taxes here in the state of Florida, whereas a contrast to New York, Governor Kathy Hochul is talking about signing a bill approving medical murder. I mean, you talk about the two different contrasts there between a blue state and a red state. So here in Florida, we have free market capitalism. We have backing the blue. We have so many common sense proposals. And then you look at the interest rates improving. I think we are looking at a banner year, not only in Tampa Bay, but across the state of Florida, Ray.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we were fortunate that, we didn't have those sharp declines like some people were predicting. The market did soften a little bit there, but, the economy stayed strong. I mean, they're still building. There's still new construction out there. There's still, people coming into the state, and I think if the property taxes, if they do get rid of the owner property taxes, that's going to really be huge for our real estate market because remember, one of the big draws to Florida is we don't have state taxes.
Right.
When I talk to friends of mine in other states like Massachusetts and, I happen to mention, I'm glad we don't have state taxes. They always, oh man, I forgot about that. You guys are lucky. So, this would just be one more thing that just makes Florida so great, and is such a huge draw to the people in the states where they are paying high taxes. I mean, if you're from Florida and you've never lived in those states, if you look into how much taxes folks have to pay up there, I know in Massachusetts, if I was to do business up there personally, or have an employee doing business, they're not only going to tax that employee's income, they're going to tax a portion of my income just because I have an employee in that state. And that's just not something we see in Florida. So we definitely, that's why we have a strong real estate market. And I'm just really looking forward to what we're going to see next year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and on that line of thinking, Florida Doge is we're up to, I think it's 1.8 billion. Todd's going to put the graphic up for me. But you've got Florida Doge, the effort that's led by Governor DeSantis, the CFO, Blaise Ngolia. Yeah, it's $1.86 billion of wasteful spending that's been exposed thus far, and they haven't even made it to all 67 counties yet. So they're going into each county and local municipality. For example, City of Orlando, $22 million exposed. City of Miami, $94 million exposed. Miami-Dade County, $302 million of wasteful spending. Now, is that in Palm Beach County, $344 million in Palm Beach County. Now, is that waste, fraud, abuse? Is it nepotism? Is it kickbacks? Is it NGOs? Probably a little bit of all the above, But when you look at all this wasteful spending, Ray, once we get that out, we clean up the voter rolls. We clean up these cities that are just taxing people, because not only do your taxes, is it a one-way ratchet every year, it's going up and up and up. Also, there's a story, I think it was right here in Pinellas, where a family, husband, wife, I think they might have been empty nesters. They said, hey, let's do some improvements to our home. Lo and behold, the county sniffed it out and they reassessed the home. Their taxes nearly doubled. And they're like, wow, that's my reward for fixing up my home and beautifying the neighborhood. I get my taxes doubled, Ray?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny because, we had the hurricanes last year, and I personally have seen people losing their homes because the FEMA 50% rule, almost like mandatory, telling them they have to get rid of their house and build something new. So, they're getting penalized on that front. But then the folks who are now, fixing their houses up and improving the neighborhoods and improving the appeal, they're getting penalized. So it's almost like, what do you want me to do to just live a good life here in the state? Especially
right.
Pinellas County is beautiful. The beaches are wonderful. The tourist areas are great. Make it worth my while. Don't penalize me for things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the key, is if you keep it where people are incentivized to improve their properties, to do those types of things, invest back in the economy. I love that. Here's the other thing I love right now, 6 things to know about these Trump accounts. Have you heard about these Trump accounts yet? The Dell family donated over $6 billion. Trump expects more philanthropists to put money in the pot. So who qualifies? The Invest America program gives every child under 18 with Social Security number access to federally overseen savings investment accounts that will be activating July 4th, 2026. That's the 250-year birthday of the of great country here, the United States of America. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. They have the accounts. How do they work? Children born after January 1, 2025 will automatically receive a $1,000 Treasury deposit at birth. And then they can also contribute, family and employers can contribute $5,000 and $2,500 respectively. So it's a great way to encourage young people to start investing. And then what I like also is when you have the family members, instead of buying, trinkets and birthday things that are going to be a toy they play with and it ends up being thrown away or donated later, hey, throw an extra $100 into his savings account, his or her savings account. And then now that kid, when they turn 18 and decide to either go to college, maybe they go to a trade school, maybe they decide to start a business, they've got all this seed money sitting there waiting for them, Ray.
Oh, I think it's an amazing opportunity, and this has been said by many people that the one thing that education lacks in is financial responsibility. We don't teach kids financial responsibility.
Right.
Unfortunately, most of us had to learn, through trial and error as we grew older, as we got jobs and spent money and realized we were above our means. So I think starting, things like this for the kids, and it's going to show them over time. You don't have to put away a whole lot of money to get that return in the future. I know I personally, with my business, I've made my kids employees, and they work for me. They might not do a whole lot of stuff or nothing overly important, but they know the rewards of coming home, getting some work done, and then at the end of the month, they have a little bit of spending money because they put that effort into it. And they're learning to save. They're learning to budget. My oldest daughter's a driver now, and she's learning how, life's not cheap. So, putting away and learning financial responsibility is just absolutely huge for kids.
Absolutely. Ray Hall here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of Ray Hall Appraisals, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, support the local economy. And I love the overall psychology of success that this teaches. Here's a quote from Senator Ted Cruz. He says, 10 years from now, a little boy is going to pull out his phone and he's going to look at his app. He's going to see his Trump account. And instead of thinking about big, bad, scary corporations, that little boy is going to say, I own $50 of Apple. I own $100 worth of Dell. I own $75 of McDonald's. And every child is an owner of the biggest employers in this country. I mean, that's really such a big paradigm shift where a lot of times on the left, they're trying to demonize these big companies and saying, oh, capitalism is bad. No. This is a good way to say, hey, look, you can own a piece of that prosperity, that wealth, and you can take control of your financial future, Ray.
The funny thing is that's exactly how Warren Buffett got interested in investing. I read a book about him, and as a kid, he wanted to own stock in a company. And it was such a big deal to him as a child that he was an owner. I can't remember what the company was. It was a large corporation, and he only had, maybe a couple shares of it, but it made him feel good that he was an owner, and that's what inspired him to take the path that, he went on, and now he's one of the most successful investors ever. So, yeah, I think, again, we shouldn't villainize corporations. That's why most of us have jobs. That's what keeps our society running. That's what puts food on the table and, cars in the garage. So I think we should teach the kids, investing in these corporations, not being fearful of them, is really going to get you through life.
Absolutely.
And it's not an evil thing to do. Investing in a company that makes money isn't evil. You and I decided to invest in ourselves at one point and start our own companies. We're not evil people. I know you fairly well, and you know me.
Yep.
We've employed people. We put money back into the economy. We help people. You're helping people find homes. I'm helping people get loans on them. So, companies are good. Companies are needed. There's a reason why they were created, and there's a reason why they grow.
Yep, that's right. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about the latest stats in Pinellas County. I'm going to debate or talk about that with Ray Hall Appraisals. We're going to look specifically at Pinellas County here. I've got the latest information directly from the MLS boards. We're going to let you know what's going on in terms of the different ratios, active, pending, and sold properties right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Pinellas County. Ray Hall Appraisals here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at BrandonRimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our channel at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my good friend Brandon Rimes. Stay tuned.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We have Ray Hall with Ray Hall Appraisals here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick shout out to our friend Lee over at Lee's Royal Services. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Home and office cleaning, Lee'sRoyalServices.com on the interior. On the exterior of the property, we have our friend Ramin over at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. HeightsSoftWash.com, taking clean to new heights. HeightsSoftWash.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers. All right, we always feature our listings on air, and we got a 5729 Garden Lakes Palm, Bradenton, Florida. Beautiful property here. Owner pride shines through in this lovely home. And you've got a 2-2 here. It's 1456 square feet, and you are in a 55-plus community of Garden Lakes. I love the lighter color interior there, stainless steel appliances, and beautiful flooring. It's well decored, got nice decor in there. Enclosed Florida room with glass windows framing the beautiful pond view. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Check out our radio TV show experts at consumerqb.com.
He's just made in America.
All right, Ray Hall Appraisals. I thought we'd go over some real estate stats here, Ray. I got these straight from the Pinellas County Realtor Board. It's right off the stats here. So in November, we had 726 closed listings, closed deals. That's up 5.7%. Month supply of inventory sitting right at 4.5 months supply of inventory. That's up 9%. The median sale price in Pinellas County, $440,000. That's down 7.4% year over year. And let's also look at days on market, 58 days on market. That's up 45%. And let's get into the seller concessions. 34% of transactions had seller concessions on them. That's up 5.1%. And the the median concession amount, $8,000. The median concession amount was $8,000. That's down about $200, so very nominal there. And price reduced. How many of those that sold had a price reduction? Drum roll, 58%. So 58% of those closed deals had a price reduction. That's 7.4%. That's up 7.4% year over year. Anyways, there's some random stats for you, Ray. What's your thoughts generally about the market?
Pinellas County is going to have a different market for the time being because, remember, a lot of those houses were damaged last year.
Right.
There was a lot of people who went through the hurricane and said, I don't want to ever go through this again, and decided to sell. Or now they've renovated the house and they're deciding to just take what equity they have, sell the house, and take the equity and go. So that's why you saw that increase in, the number of listings. I'm sure that number was huge over the prior year. And that did, kind of create that shift in the market. But, it's just a market changing. It's going to be different a year from now when all of those houses are where the market's finally leveled out. There are some people who have been fighting with the county about their FEMA 50% rule, and they've only recently gone to court and had everything figured out and finalized.
Right.
So we're still seeing that impact on the market. It increased the inventory. It may have caused some people to leave the area, and that's what's driving that Pinellas County market. So I would say if you're going into Pinellas right now, if you can buy at the prices, I think you're going to be really happy in several years when the impact from the hurricanes is gone and no one's thinking about it anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great time to go to Pinellas County.
That's right. All right, RayHallAppraisals.com. Check him out online, RayHallAppraisals.com. He does have a owner's appraisal package that he offers as well. So, Ray, good job, man. Appreciate the call.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
All right, my pleasure. All right, coming up, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, back on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Tampa Screens and Aluminum coming up here on the program. And also talk about this 1776 Warrior Dividend Bonus for our military service members. Quick break, right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty. Fred Muth joining us here in just a moment. Tampa Screens and Aluminum. We're going to talk about the importance of a referral-based business with him. Also permitting, what's going on in the labor market, and his business. He's got the awesome business where he can help you install screen rooms on your pool, your patio, your deck, and your pool cages and all that good stuff. We'll talk with Fred, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Tampa Screens and Aluminum, the best here in Tampa Bay. Supporting the local economy is so important to do. And Consumer Quarterback Show, as you know, we're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Hot listing here in Tampa Bay at 9914 Ala Vista Drive in Gibsonton, Florida. This is $1 million listing on the waterfront, access to the Gulf, and you have a split floor plan, beautiful home here in Tampa Bay. It's Gibsonton, Florida, Hillsborough County, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1922 square feet, elevated stilt home. You've got solar power, metal roof, 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift, and a great opportunity to own real estate on the waterfront. Bring your boats and jet skis. Enjoy that Florida living to the fullest, that Florida lifestyle to the fullest at our beautiful listing at 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. All right, let's take a look at another awesome listing. I love 12948 Twin Bridges Drive in Riverview as well. Hillsborough County, Riverview, Florida, 443, 3235 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot. And you have a kitchen that features a large island, ample cabinetry, counter space, and closet pantry, stainless steel appliances, pendant lighting. The Triple Creek community offers awesome amenities. You've got 3 pools, splash pad, 2 clubhouses, fitness centers, playgrounds, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, walking trails, all with low HOA fees and no flood insurance required. Open concept living room, split floor plan, and a 2-story home right here. You have a bonus room upstairs, perfect for a home office, gym, or maybe a playroom. Check out 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can search the MLS there as well, and check out our radio expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Fred Muth back on the show. Fred, what's new in your world, my friend?
Well, the business has slowed down significantly, and, it's more manageable now. I'm okay with it. We're still doing good. We're still cleaning up from the storm jobs, believe it or not. I have 2 or 3 in progress right now where, unfortunately the homeowners had to arm wrestle with their insurance companies to get anything done. Now we're talking over a year, but they're moving forward regardless. And, when we could... The entire insurance industry problem is a topic for a whole nother show, I believe. We'll cover that some other time. So I was thinking the other day, I get the majority of the leads, as slow as it is, the majority of the leads that I'm still getting are referral and repeat. I've been doing this almost 34 years, Brandon. And I got people calling me that I did cages for back in the 90s. And the one guy, for example, I'm on his fourth cage. He's had 4 different houses. He keeps moving further north to get away from the traffic. So, that really says a lot for a company and, the personnel that you're dealing with. And a lot of times the homeowners will ask me, can I see some of your work? And the majority of the time, if they're in Tampa, I recommend that they go and drive by MOSI, Museum of Science and Industry, on Fowler. And as you're heading east, there's a big dinosaur on the right. I think just about everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Right next to the dinosaur is the butterfly exhibit. And we built that about 3 years ago. And there was more involved with it. There was special concrete work, and it's a very nice exhibit. And the thing is, people can drive right up there and take a look at our work. And I get a lot of referral and repeat business based on the fact that the people drive by and take a look at the butterfly exhibit. And then I think of the one, if you go out the studio to O'Brien, and if you head north and you hit Spruce, the next at the traffic light there, the next move is right into the airport. Well, off to the right is the big reclaimed water pumping station. That's one that we built back in 2001, 2002. And that's one you can drive right up to and take a look at it. And it's not a pool cage or anything, but it's a nice structure that can pretty much demonstrate what we do and what our engineering is all about. And that was a funny job because we had 3 engineers on that one. We had our engineer, we had the city engineer, and we had the Tampa airport engineer. And boy, all 3 of these guys were in the room. They all had different ideas. 6 months later, they got that resolved.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Isn't that something? Yeah, the engineers all see things differently. And then, another subject I always like to touch on is the permitting and the HOA, the time frame on these things. And in most cases, I can get a building permit much quicker now than I could, say, 6-7 months ago, anywhere with the exception of the city of Tampa. The city of Tampa is just notorious for dragging on and asking for requirements that really don't fit the bill, and it's a shame that it's like that because nothing happens fast in the city of Tampa. I got one right now where we're doing the cage, and my concrete man, he's doing the foundation, and so it's 2 permits right there, which is fine because they tie them together as they look at them. And this homeowner is going to build something completely different, unrelated, whatever, and they got the contract, etc. They go for the permit for that as well, and the city says, no, we can't honor this permit request right now because you got 2 in already. And I said to myself, I don't think that's right. It has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like saying to somebody, when the storm goes through, your cage goes away, your house roof goes away, your garage door gets beat up. Now you need a permit for the roof. You need a permit for the screen cage. It's like saying, no, we can't do both at one time.
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why. Make that make sense to me. It makes
Exactly.
no sense to me. But we deal with this. This is unfortunate, but we deal with this constantly. And I don't want to pick on the city of Tampa, but the majority of the problems and the time delays are the city of Tampa. And as big as they are and as organized as they are, it makes no sense whatsoever. I just think what happens is I think they hire people that are following a book that somebody else put in front of them that doesn't make all the sense in the world pertaining to pool cages and screen enclosures. That's what I think happens. I had to actually sit down a couple of times over there with a guy that I've known for years, and I won't mention names, but he specifically said, when I walked in the door, he knows me, he says, I want to apologize for the incompetence that you're dealing with. And I go, okay, let's get this resolved. And, and he's doing his best to get things resolved, but things just don't happen, unfortunately. So on a more positive note, 2026 is coming around the corner, and we'll be selling more cages this year. The company is just substantial. I don't own the company. I represent Tampa Screens and Aluminum. I work under Richard and Ricky. You met them guys, are the owners.
Yeah.
And then we have a girl in the office, Diana. I always make the joke that she puts out all the fires that I start. And she is very, very good at what she does. And then the crews that work with the company, the majority of them have been there for many, many years. Richard knows them personally. When they go out to do a job, there's basically no hiccups. I mean, if there's something that goes questionable, it doesn't become a problem, because the first thing they do is they stop and they make sure that they're clear on what they're doing. And that happens from time to time. And a lot of times I'll be on a job site and I'll get a call from the office regarding a job. Can this do this? Can this, how's the homeowner feel about this? And we resolve it before they build it. And boy, in the construction business, that really means a lot. It's amazing. Another thing that means a lot in the construction business is basically communication. And I don't mean by text, email, and whatever other method you have. The best communication out there, in my opinion, is pick up the phone and call me. Pick up the phone and talk to somebody. It just works very, very well. And I'm sure you experience that in your real estate business.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. And you talked about referrals earlier. That's such a key part of our business today, is the referral business, doing a good job for someone, a family, and, getting their property sold on time or, on budget, and things that they're looking to do. And, getting those referrals is such a big deal. And then it's also about the online testimonials, the online recommendations, the videos. And, that's such a big part of our business. If you just joined us, we're talking with Fred Muth as well, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. He's online at tampascreens.com. And talk about that, the importance of referral business, Fred.
Well, yeah, I mean, on your end, like, for example, even though I carry a real estate license, I had one to sell, and I turned it over to you guys. And it just went smooth as silk. That was at the very beginning when I started working with you. And I referred you out, I can't tell you how many times. Everybody's happy. You know what? I'll refer you tomorrow if somebody wants to buy or sell.
Yeah, man. We appreciate that.
You guys do a tremendous business over there. And you care. That's the thing. You're a guy that cares. And I don't say that because I'm on the radio with you. I've known you 10 years. Yep. And just your personality is you care. You care about people. And I'm in a people business. You're in a people business. If you care about people pick that up. People are instinctive. In some cases, as much as your dog or your cat, they have instinct. People have instinct, and they pick that up immediately when you walk in to see them. Unfortunately, a lot of people they disregard their instincts and they go with other reasons to make decisions. But I've always found out in any business that you do is your first impression is extremely important, and most people can read you initially when you walk up and meet them. I know in most cases I do, and I know you do as well. But that's important, and I'll get back to communication one more time. Don't let that communication break down. I think the most money that's lost in any business is the lack of communication. And unfortunately, there's a tremendous lack of communication in the medical field. My wife she's retired RN, and we have a lot of people that we know in the medical field, and they'll say the same thing. The lack of communication in the medical field is unbelievable. And people are sick. They need quick answers, and a lot of times they can't get quick answers, and that's a shame. But I have control over communication with what I do. I make sure that I talk to people. I'll text them, and then I'll call them, because sometimes people miss the text, and a lot of times I'm driving down the road. I don't like to text. I call them. We get things resolved.
Yeah, that's it, man. Communication, following through, having the follow-up and doing what you say you're going to do is such a key element. That's the biggest part of real estate. Also, the feedback that we get, and not only me, but just the National Association of Realtors. When I teach classes, I talk about the number one problem in real estate from a seller perspective especially is that, hey, the realtor took my listing and I didn't get feedback. We had showings, we had open houses, we were left in the dark. We did not get feedback on how it went. So that's, number one, that as a realtor, if you can communicate and if you can provide timely feedback and weekly updates with your sellers, you're already ahead of the game regardless of the outcome. At least you're communicating where you're at. That way, when they can communicate, hey, maybe it might be price, maybe it may be condition, but it's normally one of those two things. I get that question a lot. Hey, why is this home not selling? The market's sometimes soft, but it comes down to really two things. price or condition. And you can always say location, but they wouldn't be looking in that area or searching out that home if it wasn't in the right location. So throwing location out, it's really two things: price and condition. That's the reason why the home's on the market still. You've got to improve the price or improve the condition. Fred?
Absolutely, 100%. And then, with the AI in today's world, a lot of people, they unfortunately, they don't like to talk anymore. They like to send messages. And when, like, for example, your business, that cannot work very well. It cannot work. You've got to be able to reach out to your client, have a conversation with your client, regardless. Let's say 2-3 days goes by and nothing's happening. And in my business, for example, I'll call somebody. I'll call a client, and I'll say, start talking to them, and then they'll say, "Is there a problem?" I go, "No. I just wanted to tell you I'm riding by this job over here, and it looks a lot like yours, and I thought I'd give you a buzz, let you know we're still, things are still rolling along," and they appreciate that. And you see, I like doing that. I enjoy that, and I'm not an AI guy. AI doesn't, I'm trying to get used to it, Brandon.
Yeah, well, there's technology, difficult. But you can't replace a good human communication, a good phone call with technology. Yep. And so many people, Absolutely. Especially younger realtors or younger folks in business, they want to try to replace it all with technology, emails or text blast. And no, pick up the phone, say hello, and keep in contact with your clients.
Right, because the personality comes out on a phone call, not on an email.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll talk more with Fred Muth on the flip side here. And we're talking with Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The economy's booming. I want to ask him what he thinks about 2026, where we're going. Federal Reserve lowers rates 3 times this year. Central banks does not appear to have when they look at the 24/6, where's that going to go? I think we're going to have more cuts. U.S. manufacturing, 30 different groundbreakings for large manufacturing and industrial projects. One beautiful bill. All the big stuff coming up. We'll talk more with Fred Muth here. Tampa Screens and Aluminum, Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rimes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. That's ConsumerQB, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, we got Fred Muth, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we got a property at South Taylor Road in Seffner, Florida. Buy some dirt, build. This is an opportunity to build duplexes. This one's zoned specifically for duplexes in Seffner, Florida. We got vacant land for sale on South Taylor Road. This one's 2.4 acres, allows up to 6 units per acre. You got to go through your zoning, figure out what the setbacks are, all that kind of thing. We'll walk you through it. We'll walk you through what testing is needed, what surveys. You might want to test the ground waters, the well waters, things like that. There's multiple things that you're going to look at and think about when you're looking at buying vacant land. So high and dry and flood zone X requires no flood insurance. It's 2.5 acres, just under 2.5 acres. South Taylor Road, Seffner, Florida. Buy some dirt, build. Great opportunity right here in Tampa Bay. All right, let's take a look at another one of our listings at 1905 Horseshoe. This one's on 1905 Horseshoe. We got a motivated seller here. This is an opportunity in beautiful Plant City, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 2,300 square feet of living, and it is just under a quarter-acre lot. Walden Lakes, the paddocks, and it's tree-lined streets, scenic lakes, and tranquil atmosphere. Inviting in-ground pool, waterfall, complimentary with a new water heater, screened-in lanai, lighter color kitchen cabinetry, and a great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our listings online, PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. You can search the MLS there, and also ConsumerQB.com for all of our radio expert contributors. All right, 2026 is looking good. I'm looking forward to the golden age being ushered in 2026. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. What say you, man?
Well, golden age scares me because I'm not a young man anymore. So be careful how you say that.
Yeah, there you go. The golden years.
The rate cuts. The rate cuts are an absolute benefit for you and me. Screen enclosure business rides the coattails of the housing market, and the housing market, went through some ups and downs. I mean, let's go back to 2020 when COVID was in. You would get what you want for your house or more because there'd be 3 buyers bidding against each other for it. And at that time, I believe that the market was sort of overinflated with pricing, and now it's down to about where it should be. But sales should pick up in 26, especially with the rate cuts. I love when they cut the rates and things start moving. Cut the rates, buy the home, call Fred, and we'll put a cage on that thing.
Yeah, man, absolutely. What do you think about this one? President Trump announced massive Christmas gift for our military. $1.45 million $1.5 million U.S. service members will be receiving a special warrior dividend check. 1776, the amount of 1776, of course, alluding to our founding. And this is how you treat heroes, Fred.
Well, President Trump has a tremendous amount of respect for the military and, the people that run the country in the right direction. Military people, I have a very, very soft heart for veterans, disabled veterans, and I know quite a few of them. I grew up, close to the Vietnam days, and I have friends that got hurt over there, and, they can have a conversation with you. 5 minutes later, they have the same conversation all over again with you because they took a hit, and it's very sad. And they're paid pretty well, but you just can't give them enough. And Trump just does an amazing job, I think. I don't want to become too political here, but I think he does one tremendous job with working with the all the armed forces as well as our veterans.
Have you noticed any code requirement changes? I was watching one of the TV programs they were talking about it's the International Energy Conservation Code, and it said timers, they're requiring for home builders. So this can raise costs. So timers on lights, pre-wiring for EV charging, solar panel ready roofs, wall insulation minimums. Have you noticed anything in the, I don't know if that's affecting Florida so much as some of the northern states maybe?
I haven't. I talk to a lot of people in the business, and this is not the first time I heard of the potential of this happening. And I don't know that it's in place yet. Do I disagree or agree? No, I agree with it. Like, for example, solar panel ready roofs is, to me, an absolute great advantage as opposed to a retrofit, because on a retrofit you never know what's going to happen or where the leaks are going to start or begin, depending on who's doing the job. And then, of course, with the EV, definitely when they do the foundation work on the home, I do believe there should be electric put in place for that. And that to me, that's a great advantage. And there's other things. There's a lot of other things going on in that. But I don't think it's in place yet. But I'm sure you'll see it in 26.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of that coming up. We'll see how that plays out. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens Aluminum. Thanks for joining us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, my friend.
You got it. I will see you soon. If I don't see you for whatever reason, I want to say to you and your family, have a super holiday.
Hey, likewise. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you. And everybody out there, thanks for tuning into the show. We greatly appreciate it. Supporting the local economy, supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. 80 different partners, 80 different categories, that is, and we can help you in a lot of different ways. White collar, blue collar. We want to be your local Google here in the Tampa Bay market and beyond. Consumer Quarterback Show. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.